So in social studies, we talk a lot about primary and secondary sources. A source is just something that provides information. This could be a newspaper. The internet provides information. Pictures provide information. Textbooks provide information. There are lots of things that provide information, and all of these are sources. Now, primary and secondary sources are different. Primary sources are things that were created at that time in history. For example, pictures are taken at that time in history. Diaries and journals are written at that time in history. Secondary sources are things that were created after that time or after that event. After. So this would be like your textbook or your magazines. Those are not created at the same time that Native Americans lived, right? They were created after to educate you. Websites created after that time period. The internet has not existed forever. When we talk about primary and secondary sources, a lot of the time we will talk about analyzing them, and we have different steps to analyze a source. When we analyze, first we'll observe. That really just means to look at something and to tell people what you see. Often we might say, I see, and explain what you see when you're observing. Step 2 is to reflect. Reflect really just means to think about it. Come up with some ideas and thoughts about what source you're looking at. Drawing a light bulb. A lot of the times we might say, I think, when we are reflecting. And step 3 when we analyze is to question. To really think about what you're looking at. Question. And we might say, I wonder. So hopefully this gives you a better idea of what primary and secondary sources are. Primary, they're created at that time in history, so in the past. Secondary sources are created after or later. To analyze, we observe, reflect, and question.